I love Tennessee to dominate Florida in this game. This is a bounce back opportunity for the Vols, coming off 2 down performances where you lost last week on the road to Arkansas. The game before that, you kind of were in a little bit of a dogfight against Oklahoma somewhat. And this is a great opportunity for Nico Imaviava and that Tennessee offense to get back on track against a Florida defense that's one of the worst in the SEC. They're 85th in points per game allowed. They're giving up 442.5 yards per game, which is 104th worst in the FBS. They also can't get off the field in third down situations, and they're getting destroyed on the ground, surrendering 205 rushing yards per game, 110th in FBS. And the last time Florida played against a quality team, which was Texas A&M at home, they entered the fourth quarter down 33-14 in that matchup. Yeah, they're riding high on a 2-game win streak, beating Mississippi State and UCF, but those are probably 2 of the worst teams that Florida's going to play this year. UCF isn't good. Mississippi State, they're the worst team in the SEC. You know you suck when Vanderbilt's having a better season than you. And when Florida has to go up against elite teams, Billy Napier and his staff, oftentimes they get massively outcoached. And I know that Florida has had Tennessee's number in the past, but this is the best team that Tennessee has had in terms of them having a capable offense that when they're at their best, they can hang 40 on you, and they got a great defense. This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. Tennessee is only allowing 11 points per game, which is the 5th best in all of college football this year. They're 3rd in yards per play. They have one of the best third down defenses in college football, and they're 2nd against the run. Florida doesn't have that good of an offense. This is a conservative offense. They can't really push the football downfield vertically with Graham Mertz. DJ Lagway gives them more explosiveness when he's in that quarterback, but he's really raw. His decision-making isn't that great. His accuracy can be a little off as well. When Florida's rushing attack can't get going, this offense has a hard time sustaining drives. And I expect this Tennessee Vols defense, with how much talent and depth they get on that defensive line, to take advantage of a really inconsistent Florida offensive line. And with Sunbelt Billy calling the plays, you mean to tell me that you can see Florida keeping up with Tennessee's offense in this game? Because you know that Florida is at least going to give up 28 points to Tennessee in this game, guaranteed, with how bad they've been against the run. The strength of Tennessee's offense this year has been their run game. As good as what Nico has been for the majority of this year, Tennessee is a really physical team, and that gets often overlooked when people talk about the Vols with how great their passing attack normally is. But their run game is just as good as what their passing game is. They can beat you a multitude of different ways. And if you watched any Florida game this year, they've had at least 3 or 4 blown coverage assignments that have led to explosive plays in the passing game. So that's why I feel really confident that Tennessee just steamrolls Florida in this game. Because, listen, if I'm going to lose money betting against anybody, I'd rather lose money betting against Billy Napier. Billy Napier is going to have to show me that he can have this Florida team ready to play against one of the better teams in the SEC this year, because that Tennessee team that you beat last year, you beat them in the swamp. It's different when you got to go on the road and play in Rocky Top, and this is the best team that Tennessee has had, because normally their defense doesn't play at the level that they've had up to this point. And you can say that Tennessee, and these last 2 games that they've played in against Oklahoma and Arkansas, they've carried them in those games. The offense didn't show up against Arkansas, but the defense helped keep them in that game. And Florida, they're not balanced enough for this to be a competitive matchup. And this is one of my best bets of the week. I love Tennessee minus 15.5 because I really don't like Florida's coaching staff. Does Florida have a talented team? Yes, they do. But the problem with Florida has never been talent. It's been that they have incompetent coaching. And the last time we saw Florida play against a quality opponent as good as what Tennessee is, they got crushed by Texas A&M. and it wasn't a close game. And when you're giving up 200 rushing yards per game, it just doesn't vote well for you when you're going up against an offense as good as what Tennessee has shown the ability to be. Arkansas, their defense showed up that night last week. I was really surprised how well Arkansas played defensively. Florida, I'm not expecting that same performance, man. They don't got any dominant edge rushers. They're severely lacking talent in the secondary. And that's why this game should be a one-sided affair. And I'm expecting Tennessee to probably have this game over by halftime. This is a great bounce-back spot for the Vols. Hey, man, have you hit that like button yet? Have you subscribed to the channel? Because if not, what are you doing? It only takes less than a second to do so, man. I love football. You love football. This is the best place to be if you are a diehard fan of football, man. We're talking NFL, college football, 24/7, 365 days a year. If you are a diehard football fan, this is the right place for you. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you don't miss when we drop new content, and go live.